China's foot-and-mouth disease threatens global crisis. Overview. As of February 2025, China is grappling with a serious outbreak of foot-and-mouth disease FMD, a highly contagious viral disease affecting cloven-hoofed animals. This resurgence poses significant risks not only for China's livestock industry but also for global agricultural markets and food security. Understanding foot-and-mouth disease FMD. FMD is caused by an APH virus and primarily affects cattle, sheep, goats, and pigs. The disease is characterized by fever and the development of vesicular lesions in the mouth and on the feet, which can lead to severe production losses, particularly in young animals. While FMD is rarely fatal in adults, it can cause high mortality rates among calves and piglets and often results in long-term health issues that reduce productivity even after recovery. Economic consequences. The implications of an FMD outbreak extend beyond local economies to international trade. FMD is classified as a transboundary animal disease (TAD), meaning that its effects can ripple through global markets. Countries that are FMD-free face constant threats of incursions, which can lead to trade restrictions and economic penalties. The economic impact of FMD outbreaks can be devastating, leading to billions in losses affecting not only farmers but also industries reliant on livestock products. Current situation in China. Reports indicate that China has experienced a significant uptick in FMD cases, prompting the World Organization for Animal Health (WOAH) to withdraw its endorsement of China's official control program for FMD as of February 2024. This withdrawal raises concerns about China's capacity to manage and contain the disease, with reports of increasing case numbers prompting alarm among neighboring countries and international trading partners. Global risks. The potential for FMD to spread beyond China is alarming. Countries that export livestock or animal products must remain vigilant, as outbreaks can lead to widespread bans and trade barriers. The interconnectedness of global supply chains means that a crisis in one region can have cascading effects elsewhere. The risk to global food security is significant, particularly in the context of rising demand for protein and sustainable agricultural practices. Control measures and prevention. Effective control of FMD relies on stringent biosecurity measures, early detection systems, and vaccination strategies. Countries that are FMD-free without vaccination maintain rigorous surveillance and reporting protocols. Vaccination programs are essential in regions where the disease is endemic. Key prevention strategies include implementing strict biosecurity measures at farms to limit access and contamination, regular cleaning and disinfection of livestock facilities, surveillance for early detection of the disease, quarantine protocols for newly introduced animals, contingency plans for managing outbreaks, including humane destruction of infected animals. Vaccination is a critical component of FMD management, especially in endemic areas. The decision to vaccinate should be based on the specific epidemiological situation and must adhere to WOAH standards for vaccine potency and safety. Conclusion. The resurgence of foot-and-mouth disease in China represents a critical challenge not only for the country but for global agriculture and trade. The disease's high contagion rate and economic implications necessitate immediate and coordinated international efforts to prevent a widespread crisis. The situation underscores the need for robust surveillance, biosecurity measures, and effective vaccination strategies to mitigate the potential fallout from this outbreak. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the fight against FMD will require a concerted global response to ensure food security and protect the livelihoods dependent on livestock. The key counterintuitive information regarding China's foot-and-mouth disease FMD outbreak that could contribute to a global crisis includes the following. 1. Public health risk misconception. While foot-and-mouth disease is a severe and highly contagious viral disease affecting livestock, it is not readily transmissible to humans. The common assumption that animal diseases could pose direct health risks to humans may lead to an overestimation of the public health threat posed by FMD compared to its economic impacts on agriculture and trade. 2. Economic impact versus disease severity. Although FMD is rarely fatal in adult animals, the economic consequences of an outbreak can be catastrophic due to production losses and trade restrictions. This emphasizes that economic fallout from livestock diseases can be more significant than the immediate health impacts on the animals themselves. 3. Endemic versus FMD-free zones. Countries that are officially recognized as FMD-free without vaccination are at a constant risk of incursion from FMD, which suggests that strict biosecurity is paramount. The irony is that regions with endemic FMD may have more robust systems in place to manage outbreaks through vaccination, while FMD-free countries face greater economic risks due to their reliance on strict containment measures. For a vaccination debate, the decision to use vaccination as a control strategy for FMD lies with national authorities. This raises a counterintuitive point, that countries free of the disease may favor strict biosecurity measures over vaccination, potentially leaving them more vulnerable to outbreaks. While countries with endemic FMD might adopt vaccination proactively as a practical measure to control the disease. 5. Trade dynamics. The interconnectedness of global supply chains means that an FMD outbreak in one country can have cascading effects on global markets. This indicates that while a local outbreak may seem contained, the global ramifications could be extensive, leading to trade bans and economic penalties that were not initially anticipated. 6. China's withdrawal from FMD control programs. The fact that China has had its official control program for FMD withdrawn due to non-compliance raises questions about the perceived effectiveness of such international frameworks. This counterintuitive situation suggests that countries may not always adhere to standards despite being under international scrutiny, impacting global perceptions of disease management. 7. Wildlife transmission. The role of wildlife, particularly African buffalo, as carriers of FMD, contrasts with the common focus on domestic livestock in discussions about disease control. This highlights the complexity of managing FMD and the need for an integrated approach that considers wildlife reservoirs, which is often overlooked in traditional livestock health strategies. These points illustrate how the complexities and nuances surrounding FMD in China can lead to misunderstandings about the disease's implications, emphasizing the need for a well-rounded perspective on animal health, agricultural economics, and global trade. The report on China's foot-and-mouth disease FMD outbreak highlights several critical points that may be overlooked by many readers. These points are significant due to their implications for global agriculture, trade, and food security. Here are the key elements that deserve closer attention. 1. Withdrawal of endorsed control programs. One of the most alarming aspects of the current FMD situation in China is the withdrawal of the endorsement of its official control program by the World Organization for Animal Health (WOAH) in February 2024. This indicates a failure in meeting international standards for disease control, which not only compromises China's ability to manage the outbreak locally but also raises serious concerns about the potential spread of the virus to neighboring countries. Significance. The withdrawal of this status means that other countries may impose stricter trade restrictions on Chinese livestock and animal products, leading to economic fallout not just for China but also for countries reliant on Chinese imports. This could disrupt global supply chains and affect food prices worldwide. 2. Economic ramifications. The economic impact of FMD extends beyond direct agricultural losses. The disease causes severe production losses in livestock, particularly affecting young animals. The long-term health issues that can linger even after recovery, such as reduced productivity, are significant and can lead to a sustained downturn in livestock productivity. Significance. Economies that are heavily dependent on livestock can face severe economic challenges, including loss of income for farmers, increased prices for meat and dairy products, and potential job losses in related sectors. The cascading effects on the global market can lead to inflation and food insecurity in regions that import livestock products from affected areas. 3. transboundary nature of the disease. FMD is classified as a transboundary animal disease, meaning it can easily cross borders and affect livestock in multiple countries. This aspect is often understated in discussions about localized outbreaks. Significance: the interconnectedness of global trade means that an outbreak in China could quickly lead to outbreaks in neighboring countries, as the disease can be transmitted through contaminated animal products, vehicles, and even through aerosols. This potential for rapid spread necessitates immediate and coordinated international response efforts. 4. Underestimation of surveillance and biosecurity challenges. The report cites the importance of stringent biosecurity measures and early detection systems for controlling FMD. However, the challenges in maintaining these systems, particularly in vast agricultural settings, are often underestimated. Significance: effective biosecurity requires resources, training, and constant vigilance, which can be challenging in rural areas with limited access to veterinary services. Failures in biosecurity measures can lead to outbreaks that are difficult to contain, thus exacerbating the economic and social consequences. 5. Vaccination strategies. While the report mentions vaccination as a critical control measure, the specifics of vaccination strategies, including the need for matching vaccines to circulating strains, often go overlooked. Significance: the effectiveness of vaccination campaigns hinges on several factors, including public compliance, access to vaccines, and the ability to adapt vaccination strategies to local conditions. Mismanagement in these areas can lead to ineffective vaccination efforts, perpetuating the cycle of outbreaks. 6. Public health implications. Although FMD is not directly transmissible to humans, the public health implications of a widespread outbreak in livestock can extend to food safety and zoonotic disease emergence. Significance: the focus on FMD as an animal health issue should not obscure the fact that a stressed agricultural system can create conditions ripe for other zoonotic diseases to emerge. Ensuring robust animal health systems is crucial for the prevention of future public health crises. 7. Global trade dynamics. The dynamics of global trade in livestock and animal products can shift dramatically in response to an FMD outbreak. Countries that are traditionally importers may scramble to secure safe livestock sources, while exporters may face bans and restrictions. Significance: the economic implications of these trade dynamics can lead to long-term shifts in market power and influence. Countries that can maintain disease-free status may gain a competitive advantage, while those affected may find it challenging to regain their market shares. 8. Potential for cumulative effects. The report highlights that the economic impact of FMD can lead to a cumulative effect where multiple outbreaks or ongoing management issues compound the challenges faced by the livestock sector. Significance: this cumulative effect means that the initial response to an outbreak, whether effective or not, can have lasting implications. The focus must not only be on immediate containment but also on long-term strategies for resilience in the livestock sector. Conclusion: the resurgence of FMD in China is not merely a localized agricultural issue, it is a global concern that intertwines economic stability, food security, and public health. Addressing the nuances of this outbreak, such as the implications of control program withdrawals, economic ramifications, and the importance of robust biosecurity, requires a comprehensive approach that involves international cooperation and proactive measures to mitigate the potential for a widespread crisis. Understanding these overlooked aspects can help stakeholders better prepare for and respond to the challenges posed by FMD and similar transboundary diseases in the future. 1. Nature of foot and mouth disease. FMD. The disease is a highly contagious viral infection that primarily affects cloven-hoofed animals such as cattle, sheep, and pigs, leading to severe production losses and economic impacts on the livestock industry. The symptoms include fever and blister-like sores, which can result in long-term health issues even after recovery. Understanding the biological and clinical aspects of FMD is crucial for grasping its implications on livestock health and productivity. 2. Economic impact and trade disruption. The outbreak of FMD in China has significant ramifications for both local and global economies. The transboundary nature of FMD means that countries free of the disease face potential trade restrictions and economic penalties if outbreaks occur. The interconnectedness of global supply chains means that an outbreak in China could lead to cascading economic effects worldwide impacting food security and livestock markets. 3. Current situation in China. The World Organization for Animal Health WOAH recently withdrew its endorsement of China's FMD control program due to non-compliance with health standards. This status change raises concerns about the management and containment of the disease within China, highlighting the urgency for effective monitoring and control measures to prevent further outbreaks. 4. Global implications and prevention strategies. The potential for FMD to spread beyond China's borders necessitates a coordinated international response to prevent a global crisis. Effective control measures including stringent biosecurity practices, early detection systems, and vaccination strategies are critical. Countries that are free from FMD must maintain rigorous surveillance and reporting protocols to safeguard their livestock industries from potential incursions of the disease. 1. The 2001 foot and mouth disease outbreak in the UK. In 2001, the United Kingdom experienced a significant outbreak of foot and mouth disease FMD, which resulted in the slaughter of over 6 million sheep and cattle in an effort to control the spread of the virus. The outbreak began in February and led to a national crisis, affecting rural economies and causing extensive disruption to the farming industry. The UK government implemented strict biosecurity measures and quarantines while many farms faced economic hardship due to the loss of livestock and the impact on tourism in rural areas. The outbreak highlighted the interconnectedness of global livestock trade and the importance of rapid response to animal disease outbreaks. 2. The 2007 foot and mouth disease outbreak in South Korea. South Korea faced an FMD outbreak in 2007 that resulted in the culling of approximately 3 million animals, including pigs and cattle. The outbreak began in November, leading to significant economic losses and a temporary halt in exports of livestock and related products. The South Korean government enacted strict quarantine measures and dispatched veterinarians to control the outbreak. This incident underscored the vulnerability of livestock industries to transboundary animal diseases and the potential ramifications for food security and international trade. 3. The 2011 foot and mouth disease outbreak in Japan. Japan experienced a significant FMD outbreak in 2011, which prompted the government to cull nearly 300,000 livestock, including cattle and pigs, primarily in the Miyazaki prefecture. The outbreak created panic among farmers and led to the suspension of livestock exports. The Japanese government implemented strict quarantine and vaccination measures to control the disease's spread. This event illustrated the challenges of managing animal health and the economic impact that such outbreaks can have on both local and national levels, especially in regions reliant on agriculture and livestock production. Future outlook. Predictions for China's foot and mouth disease crisis. The resurgence of foot and mouth disease FMD in China has raised alarms not only for the nation but also for the global agricultural landscape. Given the disease's highly contagious nature and significant economic implications, several predictions can be made regarding its future trajectory and its potential global consequences. 1. Increased global surveillance and reporting. In response to the outbreak, countries around the world will likely enhance their surveillance systems for FMD. Governments will invest in better detection protocols and reporting mechanisms to quickly identify any potential incursions of the virus. This trend will be particularly pronounced in regions that maintain FMD-free status, as they seek to protect their livestock industries from the economic fallout of an outbreak. 2. Trade restrictions and economic fallout. The implications of China's FMD crisis will extend into international trade. Countries that rely on livestock exports will face heightened scrutiny, leading to potential trade restrictions. Nations that import animal products from China may implement bans resulting in significant economic repercussions for both China and its trade partners. This could lead to a decline in global livestock prices as supply chains are disrupted and markets respond to the increased risk of FMD. 3. Adoption of advanced biosecurity measures. As the threat of FMD looms, there will be a surge in the adoption of advanced biosecurity measures worldwide. Livestock producers will prioritize strict biosecurity protocols to prevent the introduction and spread of the disease. This may include enhanced cleaning disinfection practices and controlled movement of animals. Countries could also establish more robust emergency response frameworks to deal with potential outbreaks swiftly. 4. Innovation in vaccination strategies. Vaccination is a key tool in controlling FMD, and the urgency of the situation in China may lead to accelerated research and development of new vaccines. The future may see the emergence of more effective vaccines that provide broader protection against multiple serotypes of the virus. Additionally, countries may adopt more flexible vaccination strategies such as targeted vaccination campaigns in high-risk areas to maximize efficacy while minimizing costs. 5. Impact on global food security. FMD has the potential to disrupt food security on a global scale. As livestock production is affected, the availability of meat and dairy products could decline, leading to increased prices and scarcity in the market. This will disproportionately affect low-income countries that rely heavily on livestock for nutrition and economic stability. The interconnectedness of global supply chains means that even countries not directly affected by the outbreak may experience food insecurity due to rising prices and supply shortages. 6. Shift in agricultural policies. In light of the FMD crisis, governments may reassess and revise agricultural policies to better prepare for future outbreaks. This could involve increased funding for research into disease prevention and control, as well as greater emphasis on sustainable farming practices that reduce the risk of disease transmission. Policymakers may also promote diversification in livestock farming to mitigate risks associated with disease outbreaks. 7. Regional cooperation and coordination. The FMD situation in China may prompt enhanced regional cooperation among neighboring countries. Collaborative efforts to monitor and control the disease will be essential in preventing its spread across borders. Countries may engage in joint training exercises for veterinary services, share data on disease prevalence, and coordinate vaccination campaigns to create a united front against FMD. 8. Public awareness and education. An increase in public awareness about FMD and its implications for agriculture and food security is expected. Governments and organizations will likely undertake campaigns to educate farmers and the public about biosecurity measures and the importance of reporting symptoms. This heightened awareness will play a crucial role in early detection and containment efforts. 9. Long-term economic changes. The economic landscape of livestock farming may undergo significant changes in the wake of the FMD crisis. Producers may shift towards more resilient practices, including investment in health management systems and insurance schemes to mitigate losses from disease outbreaks. The crisis could also catalyze a broader shift towards alternative protein sources such as plant-based or lab-grown meats as consumers and producers seek to reduce risks associated with traditional livestock farming. 10. Research and development focus. Finally, the crisis may catalyze increased investment in research and development focused on animal health and disease prevention. The scientific community will likely prioritize studying FMD and other zoonotic diseases, leading to innovations in diagnostics, treatment, and prevention strategies. This shift could enhance overall animal health and welfare, contributing to more sustainable agricultural practices. Conclusion. The outbreak of FMD in China is not merely a local issue but a potential global crisis with far-reaching implications. The future will require coordinated efforts among nations to address the challenges posed by this disease. By enhancing surveillance, adopting stringent biosecurity measures, and fostering international cooperation, the global community can work towards mitigating the risks associated with FMD and safeguarding food security for future generations.